I can't think of a better example of the premise that the Dow Jones does not really represent the real economy, no matter what the number is. Now, as you know, we currently have Biden as president. The Dow Jones is at 35,756. If I'm not mistaken, that's probably either an all time high or it's close to it. The all time high is 35,892. If you look over it over the past 2 years, this is what it currently looks like. It is way up from the coronavirus pandemic, which caused a crash in the market March 20th, 2020, which basically only reaffirms my belief that if you look at the entire Dow Jones over its entire history, it's only done nothing but go up. Now, the reality is people might want to say that's because of the strength of the market. I would argue that that's because of inflation induced by the Fed. What ultimately is happening now that everybody has access to credit for the most part, and everybody's been allowed to go deep into credit debt, it has allowed people to purchase and buy things from corporations, from companies that they otherwise never would have been able to afford. Essentially, what has happened is the money supply itself has been expanded and continues to be expanded because we're no longer dealing with money, we're dealing with credit. So the way it works is they give you a credit card, you go out, you buy real manufactured goods, and you basically promise to work your ass off in order to pay it back. So that is totally different than what it used to be, where you had like a king who was hoarding all the gold, and you worked for the king, and the king gave you a pittance, like a gold coin, silver coin, whatever it was, for the work that you were doing. And the money supply was under tight control because obviously it was coming out of the king's coffers. But once we got these governments that decided, you know what, let's build up a debt standard. What we'll do is we'll be worth money simply because other people owe us money. So once that happened, pretty much the Dow is like a runaway fucking, it's just going up, 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 up. And if you look at this, photo of the Dow over its entire span, you can't really argue with me. So when people talk about the economy crashing, no. The economy dips. But as long as the Federal Reserve keeps printing money and as long as the money supply keeps getting expanded, the Dow is going to do nothing but go up. Now, that is the reason why I have focused on dividend-paying stocks. Now, I've said this before, so I'm not going to belabor the point. A couple of people have asked me, and they're like, oh, could you show me your list for your dividend stocks, the stocks that you own? And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do that real quickly in this video. And I'm making part of this video on my iPhone. I'll make the other part on my TD Ameritrade account because that's where I have lists tabulated. What I don't share is my E-Trade account, and I also don't share my Charles Schwab account. But I do share my TD Ameritrade. If you're new here, this is my YouTube portfolio that I do share. So let's see. I have basically formulated my own index, but I call it Mangoat. Mangatao. Or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, so anyway, let me take you through Mangoat, Mangoat. Microsoft today, I want you to just look at what Microsoft was doing today. What did Microsoft do today? Now, they're showing all. I want to get to one day. Microsoft is right about here. Now, this is Microsoft over the month. This is Microsoft over the last 3 months. Microsoft over the last 6. Microsoft over the last year. Bottom line here, I don't even bother looking at Microsoft. I already know Microsoft's up, up, up because basically they're making you pay subscriptions for everything. There used to be a time when offices and schools and businesses could buy Microsoft Office and that was it. And they'd just buy it and then they'd start using it and they could use it indefinitely. Now Microsoft's like, fuck that. You're going to pay us every single year for the right to use this. Not only that, you're going to pay us for your Xboxes too. So Microsoft is probably squeezing about $200 on average out of the majority of people that they have on an Xbox or the majority of people that they have in a business. And if they're not paying it themselves, the business itself is paying for you to use Microsoft Teams, Microsoft Word, Excel, Office, Access, so forth and so on. So Microsoft has you by the balls because there really is no other option. And that's just it. They got you. And knowing that they got you, I decided that I was going to invest in Microsoft. So basically, I own 100 plus shares of Microsoft. In one of my portfolios, I think there's like 10 or 12 or something. And in another one, there's like 90 or something like that. Microsoft may eventually do a split. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. Amazon. Well, we already know the story with that. You people won't stop giving Jeff Bezos your money and having shit shipped directly to your door. So Amazon, although it does not pay a dividend, Amazon is a strong stock to hold on to, obviously because it's running up. I don't know if Amazon's ever going to do a split. I don't know if they're ever going to pay a dividend. The bottom line is you already know what it is. I don't even have to tell you. I tried. I told everybody, get into NVIDIA. NVIDIA's doing a split. Buy NVIDIA. I made at least 2 videos telling everybody, listen, NVIDIA is the best there is. Graphic processors, get in. Some of y'all wanted to take your money and y'all wanted to invest in Bitcoin crumbs. And, it may be 62,000 right now, but it's on its way back down. So, they kept promising 100,000, 100,000, 100,000. No. The only way it'll ever get to 100,000 is if they can get enough of y'all to put your money into that Ponzi scheme and keep it there. Now, some people will argue, oh, yeah, well, it's up 50%, it's up 100%. Listen, when you put your money into that shit, it's like a fucking roach motel. You can't take your money out. That is a Ponzi scheme. Now, there's plenty of things that you can invest in, but if you want to risk your money on cryptocurrency, go ahead. But please do not try to do the I told you so shit until you have a Lamborghini that you bought with your Bitcoin or you buy a fucking house with your Bitcoin. And I already know that's never happening, so I don't have to hear from you ever again. But I tried to get you into NVIDIA because they got some dividend paying stock. This is NVIDIA over the last week. Look at this shit. Look at that. Look at these jumps. Look at these jumps. I went from 230 to, I don't even look at it anymore because I already know NVIDIA's kicking everybody's ass. And there's only really one competitor. It's AMD. And they're kicking their ass. Kicking their ass. So I don't even have to talk about that one. Then there's Google. Google is slightly down, but it's not really down. It's like down from, it's not really down that much. Because if you look at it over the last 2 years, all you had to do was get in during the crash, and it was up. So, that's just what it is, Okay, then Apple. Apple has finally started moving up steadily because they released new products, iPhone 13, they got the iMacs, they got this, they got that, new Apple Watch. Apple is long-term investment. When you put your money in Apple, no matter how much you're putting in, and by the way, this isn't a one-shot deal. You gotta invest over a long term. Like I'll say it like this: if you invest $1,000 a month or $500 a month or whatever you're comfortable with, and you spread it or diversify, you spread it across a couple of different types of stock, and you're going after dividend stock, Apple can be very, very advantageous for you, especially like I was trying to tell people when they did the split back in 2015. I was like, get in. It was like $90 a share. And then they did the split recently. I think it was last year. I bought in more Apple then. I tried to tell people, because especially when you see them doing these splits, the splits drive market insanity, and people just suddenly want to start buying it. Because they hear about it and they hear about it and they hear about it, and then they want to get in and be part of the movement upwards. But as you can see, this is Apple over the last 5 years. It's unmistakable. They have a 0.59% dividend. There's no reason to even bother talking about it. You already know what it is. Okay, Tesla. I've had a big run on Tesla. I mean, I got Tesla back in 2012. It was $30 a share. And Tesla and I've had a lot of roller coaster relationship depression with Tesla. But recently, I was telling you in one of the videos I made recently, Tesla is about to open up their supercharger network. Just like Microsoft, Tesla, Apple, all of them are trying to get you into these subscriptions. All of these people running out buying these electric cars, they're going to end up getting subscriptions to Tesla's supercharger network. Most of these people do not have a charger at their house. Most of these people do not feel like waiting long periods of time to use like that single charger at a college dorm or some shit. Most of these people are going to get subscriptions so they can use Tesla's supercharger network, which actually makes me wonder how crowded are the superchargers going to be when they do open it up to everybody else and people with Cadillacs and Audi e-trons and Mercedes EQs. When these people are all coming to the Tesla supercharger networks, how crowded are those networks going to get? Because those superchargers, like I've seen 10, 12 stalls unoccupied at rest stops with the trucks. And I'm guessing it's going to start to get pretty crowded eventually. But time will tell because, they're still building more. So it's not like they're going to stop building them. But Tesla has made a massive jump this week. Like, look at that. Tesla went from like basically you start from the beginning of the week. It was 865 and then it ran up to like 1,018. And then earlier today, it was like 1,089 or 80. It was 1,080 something. And then there was a rapid sell-off. But the high apparently was $1,094. And now it's down to 1,018. But still, for every share you had, if you bought in during the split when I told you to, for every share that you did buy, you're up at least $200 or $300, So there's no arguing with it. AMD, I was trying to get, you could rewind my videos because I don't delete no videos. I don't delete them. They stay there. I was trying to tell y'all about AMD when that shit was less than $50. And sure enough, AMD, poof, shut up. $122. So no talking about that. I mean, that's just what it is. Oil stocks are the big deal right now. Right now, they're charging like, what is it? $4 a gallon in some places. I was at BJ's yesterday. I paid $3.50 a motherfucking gallon. I'm ready to get an electric car right now. But bottom line is, these oil companies, they've been doing nothing but up. You know it. You feel it. Not only are you going to be paying top dollar for your gas, but you're going to be paying top dollar for home heating oil. It's almost winter is coming. Winter is coming. Try warming yourself with your Bitcoin crumbs. Try getting warm with Bitcoin crumbs. No. You're going to need home heating oil. I told y'all, I'm an oil man. And I told y'all to invest in these banks. These banks are way up. Look at this oil. Royal Dutch Shell, A and B, hit their highs. It was like $52 for the high within this month. It was like $52. I tried to tell you. Chevron. I told y'all to get Chevron. What was that? Years, like back during the crash, I tried to tell you. You could have gotten that $55, doubled your money, and had a 4.71% dividend. Now, I was also telling you mostly about Sunoco because Sunoco used to be paying a 10% dividend. Now they're paying 7.91. Now, Sunoco I like to put my money with because it pays higher than Chevron, but ultimately I diversify, so it really doesn't matter. But that's what I was telling you. I tried. Listen, I tried. Oh, but no. We're going to the moon. We're going to get safe moon. We're going to get safe Mars. We're going to the moon. No. We're going to get Bitcoin. We're going to be $100,000 by the end of the summer. $100,000. Every Bitcoin crumb I have is going up. It's going up. $100,000. Bitcoin going to be $100,000 by the end of the summer. We going to the moon. Oh, no. Listen, we're going to put our money in Dogecoin. We're going to put it in Dogecoin. There's a dog on it. It must be good. We're going to put our money in Dogecoin. Shiba Inu's going Super Saiyan. We're going to put our money in Super Saiyan. We're going to all be driving Lamborghinis by the end of the summer. Let me tell you, it's going to $100,000. Well, sure enough, that never happened. They've been saying that Bitcoin was supposed to be like $1 million fucking dollars since like 2018. These Bitcoin crumbs, the majority of these people bought in way after the $15,000 mark. Even if they are up, chances are most of them ended up having to cash out, or they sat back and watched their money evaporate when that shit dropped from 62 down into the 30,000 range. Yeah, it's back up to 60 right now. I'm looking at 62,111. But that sure doesn't say 100,000, and sure as fuck doesn't say a million. And as for these people who keep pumping their money into these Ponzi schemes, it's like, listen, these things do not pay you a dividend. You can't even pretend they pay you a fucking dividend. Your money is sitting there waiting to be cashed out by some impoverished child in Asia who is going to cash out, and he's going to make just enough money so that he could buy his mom some new shoes so she can stand on the corner. So, you know what? Y'all keep going right on ahead with your Bitcoin crumbs. Wake me when it's $100,000, okay? When your Bitcoin crumbs are $100,000, that's when you can wake me. Okay, so don't say shit to me until I see $100,000 on there. And yeah, just don't even bother, because they told me a million 2 years ago, and that's sure. No, I'm sorry, back 2018, it was supposed to be $1 million by 2020. That shit never happened. Some of these morons were actually throwing out numbers like $1 trillion. But that never happened either. So do me a favor. Don't wake me until the Bitcoin crumbs say $100,000. Until then, I'll be getting my money with real estate. Number one, I have 2 houses right now. I'm going to buy a third. One of my houses is paid off. The other one I got rented out. And they're paying the mortgage. They're paying all that shit. And I'm reinvesting the money to pay off the mortgage fast. 10 years or less. And then the third house I buy is going to be a house that I may settle down in, or I may rent out this one, but I don't even know yet. Real estate is the best hedge against inflation. When you get real estate, all the money you're putting basically goes towards equity, not Bitcoin crumbs. My money. See, like if you ever make the mistake of trying to tell me about your gains in Bitcoin, I'm going to say, okay, do me a favor, pull out your house. And then I'm going to say, no, you know what? Come with me. And I'm going to drive you to my house. And I'm going to be like, hey, can you walk into your Bitcoin? Can you store clothes in your Bitcoin? Can you have a dog house outside of your... No, you fucking can't. So I don't want to hear about those Bitcoin crumbs. I don't want to hear about them. All I want to hear about is dividend paying stock. You're not going to the moon. You're never going to the moon. You're not going to Mars. Safe Mars ain't safe. You're not going nowhere. You're going to keep buying these fucking Ponzi coins and hoping that someday you'll have just enough money to be able to afford to pay off part of your student loan, or maybe even your credit card. I don't even want to hear about that shit. I sat right on my ass today watching my money grow. You asked for dividends, and I showed you the dividends. I showed you the best stocks that I saw that were affordable to go into. And if I sort them by yield, you see AT&T at 8.11%, Sunoco at 7.9, Exxon 5.1, and so forth and so on as you go down the list. Chevron, most of these are oil stocks. Right now, oil is obscenely high in price. I think a barrel of oil is like $80 or $90 by now. I could be wrong, but it's fluctuating. It's going up, it's going down. Bottom line is this: oil is at the top of the dividend lists. It's at the top, tippy top. AT&T with the 5G network, because some people wanted to invest in 5G technology. You don't have to invest directly in 5G technology. It's just easier to buy the phone companies. Because after all, ain't nobody buying any 5G unless they get it from the phones. They're getting it from the smartphones. So, bottom line is, this was my dividend earner list. I think that's the whole thing. Oh, no, there's more. And NVIDIA is at the bottom with a 0.07, but NVIDIA's stock is actually worth a lot. So that's the reason why I guess they pay a little bit less. GE, I told y'all to get GE. GE was dirt cheap. But see, that's the thing. I basically, during the pandemic, when we saw the crash, any and everything I could go after that paid a dividend, that was a decent company that I was pretty sure wasn't going out of business anytime soon, I went after, and I poured money in. Sure enough, that money, if I hadn't poured it in, would have been sitting in a bank account collecting nothing in interest, because they only pay like less than 1% interest. So basically, the dividends that I get alone make it worth it, simply because the banks aren't giving you interest. Otherwise, your money would be sitting there and doing nothing. Now, there are some people who like gold, precious metals. My only problem with those is those might be decent to store the value of your money now. The only problem is gold has underperformed. I mean, it's performed pretty well, but it's kind of underperformed. And you're not really anxious to just store your value. What you really want is you want interest, but the banks aren't giving you the interest, so you're going to have to get it through dividend stock. Now, as you can see, I'm going to give a shout out to Coinbase. Coinbase fell below $300. It fell deep into like 208, and it hovered there for a while, but then because the news media and the fake news is pumping cryptocurrency, it went back up to about 317. Unfortunately, if you bought in above $400, you are still way down on Coinbase. Basically, I said, you know what? I don't think I want to deal with any of this cryptocurrency shit, even if it is an ETF. Which reminds me, I'm going to add in a symbol right now. What is it called? Bitcoin. Oh, Bitto? Yeah, Bitto. I'm gonna add that in because that's part of Reddit Goes to Wall Street. When I call this list Reddit Goes to Wall Street, what I'm talking about is there's a bunch of children online who were investing their stimulus checks, the welfare that they were getting from the government. And now that the government is not giving them welfare checks anymore, now you've noticed that most of this energy in the market is gone. There aren't any more real short squeezes now. All that energy is dead. AMC is right back where it belongs, in the shitter. $36. Everybody's getting all excited. I kept telling people, I was like, listen, this is a stupid fucking move. This is not a good idea. People, oh, how do I get in GameStop? Motherfuckers are trying to get into GameStop above $300. Yeah, where are they now? Where are they now? And it's sad because, yeah, there was a run in GameStop. GameStop went from like $10 or $20 all the way up to 177, and then it went all the way up to 483 because they were doing that short squeeze. But I knew that was never going to last because, sure enough, the global powers that be got together. They called themselves on phone. They were like, yo, fuck this shit. Shut this shit down. They shut all of that shit down. And then it gave the other hedge funds a chance to protect themselves from these idiots with their welfare checks. And I just think it's so sad that there's so many of these stupid people who took those welfare checks that they should have never had in the first place and invested that shit into GameStop just so Roaring Kitty could cash out and become a millionaire. Frankly, if this had been China, they would have been lined up and executed. But I digress. So, other than that, well, most of the technology stocks that pay dividends I already talked about, but there are other technology stocks I own, like Lucid Motors, electric cars. They don't pay a dividend. Other than that, I think basically the main things I focus on are the banks and the oil. If you focus on the banks and the oil, like it's like this. If you want to make a savings account and you want to get as much money for that money as you can, and you know the banks aren't going to pay you no interest, banks and oil, each and every one, as you can see, pays dividends just to hold your money and to pump up their stock value. Banks and oil, I got in March 20th, 20 to the ones that I didn't have before the crash. Some people keep asking me, is it too late? And that's the main question. Every time I post in different places. I post on Facebook, I post on Twitter, I post on YouTube. People keep asking me, is it too late? And I'm like, no, listen, it's not too late. The mere fact that these things have steadily accumulated and they're still paying dividends, it's not too late. Now, you're not going to get the gains that we got over the last 3 years, but it's not too late to make some money off your money. So I would say you have to kind of treat it like it's a glorified savings account when you're buying into these things like banks and oil. If you treat it like it's a glorified savings account, you'll at least be earning the dividend, which, as you can see, is way higher than even the lowest dividend, 142, if you buy into Capital One Bank. $1.42 per share is their dividend, $1.42. Even the lowest dividends are better than the lowest interest rates, or even the highest interest rates that the banks will pay you. I mean, there ain't no bank paying you 7.94. Ain't no bank paying you what Sunoco's paying you. You already know that. I can't even make this shit up. But you listen, some of y'all want to invest in Bitcoin crumbs. So maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe you're going to call me one day. Hey, guess what, Big Chuck? Bitcoin just hit $1 trillion. I'm going to the moon. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. But listen, you don't stop believing. Hold on to the Bitcoin crumbs. Don't stop believing. Buy some Ethereum. If y'all want to keep believing that shit, go right on ahead and keep buying these Africans their Lamborghinis and shit when they cash out on your ass. Y'all keep right on ahead. I got 2 houses to cry under. I got 2 roofs. I got 2 roofs to cry in. Y'all keep. Don't stop believing. Hold on to those Bitcoin crumbs. Y'all keep going. Y'all just keep fucking having fun with this shit. Y'all keep doing it. I'm going to be getting my dividend paying stocks. Some days I wake up, there's a couple of $100 that has been deposited. And I'm like, oh, we got dividend checks. We got dividend payments. And if you have a lot of dividend payers, you're getting dividend percentages from just about everybody. I mean, even the lowest one from this oil company is 0.06. That's still better than what they're paying at these fucking banks. They're only paying 0.05. I mean, I can't say it any better. Let me tell you something. I'm tired. I'm tired of talking about this and making this fucking money. I'm tired of it. It's like, my thing is, you tell these people this shit, you got 100 people coming back, oh, no, we going to the moon. It's like, I'm tired. I don't even feel like arguing with these people. Most of them have shitty credit, living with their fucking parents in their basements, and these people are driving shit cars because they can't afford nothing. They think that they're going to somehow buy a Lamborghini with Bitcoin. I know people, I swear, and this is what kills me. I know people who started planning out, like, how much money they're going to make off of fucking cryptocurrency. I mean, I know people who were literally planning all the stuff that they were planning to buy and writing the shit out. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I can't believe they've got these people thinking like this. It's like, it doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. And the sad thing is, they hold up 1 or 2 or 3 people who got rich off the Ponzi scheme, just like Bernie Madoff. Bernie Madoff got rich too. And they got rich off the Ponzi scheme, and they hold these people, oh, see, look, this guy bought a Lamborghini. You can have a Aventador too. And I'm like, I can't believe that the SEC is allowing this shit to happen. I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. At a certain point, I get frustrated. So my thing is, listen, y'all want to keep investing in Bitcoin crumbs? Go right on ahead. When it hits $100,000, I'll be asleep. All you got to do, wake me then. I don't want to hear shit about it until the Bitcoin crumbs are worth $100,000, because I don't think that's happening anytime soon. But hey, if y'all keep pumping money into that bullshit, maybe it will. I don't know. But I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm really tired of it. So that's all I had to say. That is my word for today. That's all I really had to say. So I shared with you the dividend list that I use. You can rewind. You can look through it. And that's basically that. So I can't really think of anything more I want to add. So I'm just going to end here. And even my lithium mining stocks, I was telling y'all about lithium mining because I told y'all, listen, these electric cars need batteries. Y'all got to get in on this. Oh, no, I don't want to put my money in lithium ion. I don't know. No. I want to buy some Bitcoin crumbs. Nope. Well, I mean, it speaks for itself. What was the low? What, 56 cents? Uh-oh, that's more than double, or double at least. What is this, 0.98? Oh, yeah, well, yeah. I'm just talking to myself here. I'm screaming at a wall, and nobody's listening. And I'm tired. I'm going to go get me some soup. So y'all enjoy your evening. I'm going to sit back and look at all my portfolios and count this money while y'all looking at them Bitcoin crumbs praying to Jesus, God, and Mary and baby Joseph, and y'all are praying about them Bitcoin crown. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get me some soup, and y'all keep on praying. Y'all keep painting your Pentecost stars and praying to the devil. Whoever y'all pray to, it doesn't even matter because it's not gonna happen. So y'all have fun doing that. I'm getting me some soup and some tea, and I'm gonna get me a nap. So after I finish counting these dividend payments, okay? So y'all have fun, and I'm out.